Oh, I already have a call coming in.
Oh, excellent. Let's go with it. You have to answer.
Hey, caller. How are you?
Hi.
How are you? Thank you for calling in today. Can you please say your name, and then we will connect you over to Miss Melissa.
Oh, sure. My name is Deborah.
Hi, Miss Deborah. How are you today?
I'm well, thanks.
What is your question for Miss Melissa?
I will ask. I'd like to know, are there any spirits in my home?
Well, first of all, let me say thank you for calling in and hello. So, Deborah, yes, it does feel like you have spirits in your home. I'm getting multiple. It's a lot of male energy. Yeah, I'm getting like 2 or 3 male energies. One is a very dominant energy. I feel like they may have been the father figure or the leader. It's just a very domineering energy, and it feels like it's connected to the home. I'm not feeling like it's connected to you per se, like not an immediate crossed over loved one, but I mean, I'm feeling like this is an energy that has been with the home for a long time, going back to previous, I kind of get 1820s, 1850s, I think is the time frame that I'm getting. And I feel like he's very, again, just the task maker, the leader that you did what he said. There was no arguing with him. So it feels like this may be an energy that you're bumping up against in your home, where you're feeling like, I don't want to say anger, but definitely a very severe energy of this is the way we do things. Does that resonate with you?
And the other? Not from the 1800s, of course, but I don't know.
Okay. All right. The other energy I'm picking up is a taller male energy. I feel like he was very thin. So when I'm tuning into spirit, they're going to present themselves in the way that they want to kind of come through. So sometimes we have to be open to maybe how they were in different parts of their lives, not just in the end of their life when you may have known them. But this is a taller male energy, and I feel like he is more happy-go-lucky, I'm hearing. Feels like he was very, happy-go-lucky. I'm kind of getting this like very young energy from him. Like he was happy about life. He was happy to be with the people that he loved. Very giving, very much a helper. Like, let me help you with things. Let me help you do things. Let me be there for you. Just everybody's friend. I just feel like he didn't have a mean bone in his body. Just really, really wanted to give love and receive love.
Okay.
Does that resonate
and the third,
with you?
We have vibe on that one?
Miss Deborah, you're surrounded.
I know. Well, I bring it up only because my granddaughter spends a lot of time with me, and she just says that she thinks they're spirits, and I'm thinking, okay, well, let's figure this out.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So the third energy is a quieter energy. They're not really presenting themselves to me as a visual. I'm getting more of an impression. It feels like they're just a more shy or quieter energy. They like to stand in the background. They like to observe. I feel like it's someone who may be more on your granddaughter's level. I'm getting kind of maybe like a shorter or a smaller stature of a spirit. So it feels very curious, inquisitive. So I'm feeling like they're always kind of like in the room that you're in, wondering what you're doing. So if she's feeling like she's being followed around, I feel like this would be the spirit, because it's not malicious. It's just, I'm lonely. I want to know what you're doing. I want to be a part of what you're doing.
I see. Okay.
Yeah, I'm not.
Well, I'm gonna.
Do you have any other questions for Miss Melissa, Miss Deborah?
I don't want to take much more time because I know there's probably other callers, so I'm just going to wrap it up with that. And thank you so much for taking my call.
No
You're very
problem. You have a
welcome.
great
Thank you.
day.
All right, thanks. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Have a great day. So we didn't get to introduce you today or do an introduction. If you'd like to go ahead, we had to jump right into that call. But
No, and that's cool. That's cool.
yeah,
So,
if you'd like to start your introduction, that would be great.
really, I just wanted to say, and I kind of got to do it in that call, like, be open to what spirit is bringing you, whether it's an impression or the visual. I like to liken it as, spirit is going to come through in the way that they want to be presented, maybe not the way that you knew them in your lifetime. So just to be open to receiving what they're bringing through.
All right, we'll take this next call. Hey, caller. Good morning. This is Chrissy. What is your name?
Hi, how are you?
Caller, do you have any questions for Miss Melissa today?
I do. This is Vicky. I spoke to her last week and I had a question for her.
Okay.
Welcome, Vicky.
Hi. I was looking at some of your information and I did not know, but you're allowed to, I can ask you for a person by their name if I wanted to try to communicate.
So what I tell people, Vicky, is that the spirit that's going to come through a session is the one that's going to have like the most important message for you, especially if there's something that you're going through. But 9 times out of 10, people come to a session wanting to get into connection with a specific person, and they're not always the person that comes through first. So through my mediumship and development, what I have learned that if you give me a first name and first name only, if they're around and they want to come through, they will. The majority of the time they do. There's been a couple of exceptions where I work with a gatekeeper. And so my gatekeeper is on the other side, and they're only going to let through spirit that has beneficial, helpful messages. Nobody who's got any ill intent or nefarious or negative energy. So as long as your spirit that you're asking about has integrity, and they want to show up, they will come through. So yes, what is the first name of the person you're wondering about?
Joan.
All right, let's see if Joan is here. So I am getting a spirit coming through that has very a lot of heaviness in their heart, or I'm feeling a lot of heaviness in my heart. So I'm feeling like this person would have crossed over due to something to do with their heart or their lungs, something where they were carrying heaviness in their chest. I'm almost feeling like maybe they couldn't breathe very well at the end. And she also feels like there was something. I'm almost feeling like like a really heaviness, almost like a COPD level, couldn't breathe. And she's also making me feel like she didn't have a lot of energy. I'm hearing sapped her strength. So whatever she was going through, it sapped her strength. And she was very frustrated that she didn't have the quality of life that she would have liked, that she couldn't do the things. And I'm getting gardening, something about gardening. She really liked to garden or be outside. There was definitely, I'm feeling a connection to nature, plants. Is this resonating with Joan?
Possibly. Does she have a favorite color plant?
Well, favorite color plant. Well, as soon as you said that, what I saw was kind of like a pink or a red.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And when you're talking about the heaviness of the chest, she had Alzheimer's. So she was sick at the very end.
Okay.
The last 2 days.
Okay. Yeah, because I was getting kind of like an uncomfortability. Okay. Yeah, I was getting an uncomfortability in the chest and something around neck, shoulder. So I didn't know if maybe stroke sometimes. But yeah, I definitely was feeling an uncomfortability or a heaviness, a real heaviness. So it also feels like she was carrying some grief or some heaviness in her heart chakra. So I feel like there was sadness also. So I feel like some of that heaviness was emotional.
Okay, that would be my question to you. When she was in advanced stages, she couldn't communicate any longer. And I was just wondering, like, did she know we were there to see her, visiting her when she didn't recognize us anymore?
Yes. So
Did
she
she know
didn't
we were
recognize
there?
you in the physical, honey, but she sensed you on the energetic. So she's making me feel like even though you didn't feel like she knew you were there, that it helped to calm her, because on an energetic level, she knew in her heart that you were there. She knew that you being there made her feel better. Like it calmed down her spirit. It calmed down her nervous system. So yes, she knew you were there.
Okay. And then does she know that I went and talked to her a few days before she had passed away?
So what I'm getting is kind of this sense of, yes, she knew you were there. And she knew that you were talking to her, but it was almost like she was hearing you from like a long way off. So she wasn't necessarily hearing the words.
Mm-hmm.
But she knew that you were talking to her, and your voice and the energy of the way that you were speaking to her, it calmed her down and made her feel very loved and comfortable.
Okay. Yeah, because I actually, and in the end, she was, getting worse. She was in pain, and
I'm getting something
she was,
about rubbing
cupping
her
food, and about what?
about rubbing her hand. She's making me feel like she felt the her hand being rubbed or held. Something about her hand she's showing me.
Yeah, I was holding her hand.
Yeah, she wants you to know.
because I let her know if she was tired. I felt like she was just trying to take care of everybody, even in her illness, and she wouldn't let go. And I told her it was okay. And then she died a few days after that.
And she thanks you. She thanks you, honey, for being there for her. And she's making me feel like there were very few at the end, and you were there consistently, and she knew it, and she appreciates it, and she loves you.
Okay. All right. And then I just have, another question, if it's all right. How does she come around me now? Does she send me signs? What do I see, or what happens? I'm just curious.
So yes, I feel like she is around you. And again, I feel like it's taking you, or something about taking you to calm places. I feel like she's nudging you to go outside a lot. I'm seeing a porch. Something about a porch. Yeah. So I feel like when you get that, like, inspired idea, or that all of a sudden I have to go over and do this, like, that's her wanting you to, like, take it easier. She's making me feel like you're having urgency about getting stuff done, and she doesn't want you to have urgency. She wants you to have more quiet time to enjoy things more.
Okay. And there's one other thing. I don't know if she can answer it, or maybe you. I wake up a lot of times. I mean, it still goes on, where I wake up at the exact time she would have passed over. And I was wondering if that is possible, that could be happening, or it's just a coincidence.
No coincidences, my girl. That's synchronicity. That's her saying, I'm here. That's her saying, I am visiting you. I'm with you. I'm not left. I love you.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Well, thank you very much for that, because I needed to hear from her.
Absolutely, honey.
I can't tell if she's always around me or not at all. And I just I feel like a hug feeling. And I just don't know if that's just her or what that is. It's comforting. And it's funny because I don't know how many times you said the word comforting. Well.
And that's her. And that's her. Yes. She is trying to comfort you. She is trying to comfort you.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah. And I see birds and butterflies, and they chirp at me. They fly in front of my car, but I always have plants that were her favorite colors on my porch, and I put a bird feeder out, and we have gardens, so I do all that.
And that's her.
So,
And that's her being
I'm
with
glad
you,
she's
honey.
at peace now. We miss her, but I didn't want her to suffer anymore.
She's not, honey. She's not. And she wants you to have peace also.
I need it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And is there anything else? Yeah.
Just to know that she's with you.
Anybody
When you
else
tell
there?
her, just to know that she's with you and
Yeah.
you know, she's loving you. And, you know, when you think of her, that is her. That is her coming into your consciousness, into your physical body, into your mental body. Yeah. Thank you for calling.
Okay.
Thank you for calling.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
So the cool thing about this is being able to share, like, we're all hearing this and we're all tuning into what's going on. Oh, here's one more. Hi, caller. This is Chrissy. What's your name? Oh, they hung up. And we're actually getting to witness this, like, and not a lot of readings do people get to hear other readings to verify, like, this is real. Like, there are certain things that are going on and spirits that are around you and things like that. I think that's just really cool to witness.
And, you know, here's the thing too, like in these public forums, whether, you know, you're watching people give readings with cards or medium readings, or, you know, if it's a public forum, so spirit is going to bring through the most beneficial message for the most people. So if I'm saying something and it's resonating with you, that message is also for you.
Okay, I'm going to answer the call. Hi, caller. This is Chrissy. What's your name?
Hi, Chrissy. My name is Tracy Coates.
Okay, hold on one second. Can we turn
I
her
had
up a little bit?
question
I'm going to try to get your volume up a little bit. It's a little low. You said your name was Tracy?
Yes, that's correct.
Hi, Miss Tracy. I'm going to pass you over to Miss Melissa. If you have a question, please feel free to ask.
Thank you so much. Hi, Melissa.
Hey, Tracy, thank you for calling in. What you doing today? What's going on?
I had a question for you. I've been told that my maternal great-grandmother used to read tea leaves and regular playing cards. And my mom loves to read her tarot cards, and I do too. And I was just wondering, is this like a hereditary thing? Is it possible that it's hereditary?
Honestly, this is something that absolutely gets passed down from generation to generation. If you've got an ancestor, a grandmother, a mother, an aunt who is very highly spiritually developed, and if you're reading cards, tarot cards, regular cards, you're tapping into spirit. Using a modality, using a tool, using a card, using a pendulum, using runes, using whatever. It's just a way for spirit to very more quickly tap into what they want to bring to you to help you basically get the message, right? But if you've got a highly developed ancestor, what's happened is their intuition, their biological predisposition to be connected to universal source love. You're going to have that predisposition to be
Amazing.
more open, right? So some people, it skips a generation. Some people, it's not the kid, it's the aunt. But basically, if you've got a family that is open to it, I think it's easier to then delve into it because you've got support. So yeah, I don't know that it's in your DNA. It's in your DNA. So if you're open to it and you've got family members who are open to it, it's going to be easier for you to be open to it. That's what I would say.
I absolutely love reading my cards, and it feels like it comes naturally to me. You know, it doesn't feel forced or anything like that. And I was just curious about, you know, if it is kind of passed down through the generations to be open to spirit like that. So thank you. I appreciate that. Is there a possibility that my great grandmother is around me?
Yes, there is. But I just want to go back to our last conversation. I do have one more piece to this for you. What I'm picking up is the reason that it's coming so naturally to you in this lifetime is because you have been very highly advanced in previous lifetimes.
Wow.
So this is not something new to you.
That's
You're
amazing to know.
You're not learning it, you're remembering it.
Okay. That makes total sense.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Wow. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you
absolutely.
so much for that information. I just, like I said, I love reading my cards, and I think I need to get into it more often than what I do. So you're just giving me more encouragement to do so. Thank you so much.
Did you
You're
have another
very
question
welcome.
about your grandma that you wanted to ask her?
Yeah, I was just wondering if maybe she was around me at all.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. No, I feel like she is the person that is encouraging you on this path to continue down it. I feel like she also is highly intuitive and was in her incarnations. So I don't know, I'm getting a real gypsy vibe from your ancestry, from you. So I feel like this is something that you guys have always kind of embodied.
Wonderful. Okay, well, thank you so much. I appreciate your time today.
Well, thank you so much for calling in.
Thank you, caller. So I wanted to ask you real quick. Tonight's going to be the strawberry full moon. And here it says you don't want to miss this rare event because you won't see this moon again until 2043. And it says here the unique view causes a phenomenon called the major lunar standstill, which happens once every 18.6 years. During this time, the moon rises and sets at the most extreme point at the horizon. This means that the full moon appears usually lower in the sky than most moon rises. So with that being said, is there anything with this full moon that's going to happen tonight, the strawberry full moon, that's going to either shake us up or that you would recommend you do or don't do during this time?
So the first thing I want to say right off the bat is I'm not an astrologer. So I read energy, right? So if you are interested in more of the astrology, please go find an astrologer. I do follow Steve Judd on YouTube. He's from England. I like him. There's many, many others. Always work with the people that resonate with you, whether it's an astrologer, a medium, intuitive, card reader, whatever. If they don't resonate with you, then probably not going to be a good fit. So that's there. To be honest with you, so full moons are about releasing, letting go. So this full moon, because it's closer, it's amplified energy. So I wouldn't be surprised if in the next 3 days or week, you find something in your life that's been pretty monumental or major, either falls away or changes in some way. So don't be too blown out of the water if something very quickly shifts in your life around this full moon. And I'm actually going to be doing a pick a card full moon reading after this show that I will be posting on my YouTube channel at Guidance 311. So you can go there and get a more personalized message. But yeah, right. This full moon, don't be surprised if something falls away, drops out of your life unexpectedly. It's because it was time. And normally when that happens, it's because it's something we've been holding on to because we don't want to let it go. But we know it's for our highest and greatest good that we do let it go.
Right. So with that being said, though, with it being a full moon, I know last time we talked about crystals a little bit. Is there something that people should do to clean out their energy or make, with their crystals in particular during full moon time?
So what I love to do with my full moon is lay my crystals out on like a tray and then
hold that thought. Hi, caller. This is Chrissy. What's your name?
Cynthia.
Hi, Cynthia. I'm going to transfer you over to Miss Melissa right now. If you have a question, please feel free to ask.
Okay, thank you.
Hello.
Hi, Melissa. How are you?
I'm good. How can I help you today, Cynthia?
I am wondering if I never knew my grandparents, either side.
Okay.
My one grandfather lived till I was a young adult, but we weren't around him that much. I was wondering if any of them are involved with my awakening journey.
So very strongly, as you were talking about your grandparents, I was picking up grandfather on the father's side, so a paternal grandfather, and I feel like he was a very strong-minded gentleman. strong-minded in ideas, but very gentle heart, like very loving and nurturing, wanting the best for everyone. And I do feel like he is the one that is surrounding you and supporting you, not only in your ascension journey, but also in your physical journey of who's in your life and where you, I don't want to say end up, but that was kind of what I was hearing. But yeah, like physically, I feel like he's the one that kind of keeps helping you where you're physically dwelling, living, being, who's in your life, that sort of thing. So a very helping you on a very physical level with your journey.
Well, he's the one that lived till I was in my young adulthood, but we weren't around him hardly at all, so we didn't get to know him.
No, but I think
Wow.
that, yeah, I feel like even though you didn't get to know him, like you were still very important to him. And then once he crossed over, he was able to be a part of your life in a way that he wasn't able to be a part of
Got
your
it.
life in the physical. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Nothing from the others, though, huh?
No, nobody's really stepping
Grandmother.
forward. Yeah, no. I feel like he's,
I had a step grandfather on my mother's side. The real natural one wasn't in my mother's life. So, yeah.
yeah, I'm picking up an energy that, and this might be your paternal or your maternal grandfather that wasn't in your grandmother's life very long. He just feels like he was really difficult. He was just didn't really like his life, didn't like people. He just feels like he was really difficult. So I feel like not knowing him was kind of like a protection, because I just don't feel like that would have been a beneficial, helpful connection.
Wow. You just confirmed some things that I had heard that I didn't want to believe.
Well, thank you, because as I'm bringing it through, I'm thinking, well, this sounds awful. I'm like, So that's what I try to do. I try to be as honest as I can, no matter what I'm receiving. And sometimes it's scary.
Yeah.
You don't know how it's going to be
That's
received. So thank you
chill.
for that.
Do
Thank you
have
for that.
time for another question?
Yeah,
Go
one
right
more.
ahead.
Okay. I know the answer to this, but I hear many asking this. Is there any estimated time of one's spiritual awakening?
No, because it's going to be a personal journey. It's going to be a very personal journey. And right now, where you resonate on that frequency chart. So, if you're down in the fear frequency, or if you're more mid-level, or if you're higher in the love frequency, right? That's the experience on the planet that you're having. So a lot of people that are in the lower frequencies, like they're in the fear. So they're experiencing more of the fearful things that are going on right now, right? If you're residing more in love, like you may hear about the things that are going on. You may be aware of things, but not to the level, and it's not affecting your life because that's not where you're resonating. So the ascension journey, whether you're talking personal ascension journey or collective ascension journey, it's still going to happen on a very individual, personal basis. So is there a time frame? I think
Divine timing.
Yeah, I think divine timing, absolutely. But I also think in the next decade, you're going to see more and more people raising their frequency. And so a lot of the fear, just not being addressed or bought into.
Well, you've just helped me to answer that question, because I wasn't sure, and I was leaning towards the vibrational part of it, but I needed to know how to explain it more. So, I've been getting forgetful lately. So.
Oh, it's okay.
Anyway.
It's okay. Thank you. That was a great question. Thank you.
Well, thank you for answering both for me.
Oh, you're welcome.
Have a great day.
Both of you, thank you.
So we're going to jump back real quick to the crystals and what you should do in a full moon.
All right, so you want to get them out and you want to lay them kind of flat, so either they're not in a lump, and then you want to put them in somewhere safe outside under the full moon. If it's going to be a damp, because I live in the Northeast and it tends to be, we get condensation at night and stuff, so you want to make sure they're like protected. So I do it on like a back porch where the moonlight can get into them, but they're not really out there in the condensation. Some crystals can get wet, some crystals cannot get wet. So that's something to be aware of. But yeah, letting them be bathed in that full moon light, it recharges them, it cleanses them. And you can do it other ways, but I like doing it in the full moon because I can do them all at once.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Miss Melissa. We had some amazing call-ins today. There were some other people that called in while the other callers were on, and just letting you guys know, we'll be on next Monday night at 6 p.m. If you guys want to call in, I'm sorry we don't have call waiting in the studio. So once the callers are on, you're gonna have to try to keep calling back like other radio stations. But we will get to your call, and we're going to be doing this Monday night again at 6:30 p.m. So make sure you guys tune in to us. And Melissa,
thank
do you
you
have
so
anything
much.
Miss Melissa, do you have anything to close it out with today?
Just thank you so much, guys, for this opportunity. And thank you so much for those of you calling in. I truly, truly appreciate you.
I think we finally worked out the kinks too.
Yes!
So that's a good thing. But we'll see you guys all next week. Bye.